welcome to another video, another tarot reading video. So we are going to go over the general energies for the entire month of January in 2023. Before we actually get started, I just wanted to mention some important dates that will be coming up in January that will kind of influence the overall energy. So first we're going to be having a full moon in Cancer on January 6th, which at the time of this video is only a few days away. So the sign of Cancer is really about motherhood, our emotions, and finding strength within our emotions. So that may be one of the influencing energies at this time. But then later in the month, we'll get a new moon in Aquarius, which is the sign of innovation and creativity and detachment. So those are going to be the two important dates to kind of look out for. But otherwise, let's get into the reading. Hi, my wonderful Aquarius, and welcome to your general reading for January 2023. We're just going to be covering the overall general energies and what you need to know. To start out, we will be shuffling the Literary Witches Oracle deck and the Crystal deck to just kind of get an overview for what the month of January will look like for you. So yeah, and then we will also be pulling tarot cards for your most recent past, your present, your future, as well as your thoughts and feelings. And then we'll take a card from underneath each of the decks that we pulled as advice from the universe, God, spirit, whatever you call it. So yeah, let's get started. I got the Literary Witches over here. So what are the energies for Aquarius? What are the general energies for Aquarius? So I'll take that one. We'll set that aside. And then we'll do crystals. So what is the general energies for Aquarius? January. Oh. They're like falling all over the place. Okay, so sorry. One fell out in the machine. Okay, I have retrieved the runaway card. There we go. So these will be the overall energies, and we'll have a look at these at the very end. So I'll set them aside for now. And we will draw upon your most recent past with the Divine deck. So what is the most recent past? Or where is, I feel this one. What is in most recent past? Aquarius. This one. And then this one. Okay. So I'll put that over here. And then I'll be using the Kawaii deck for your present. So what is your present? Aquarius. This one. Is present Aquarius. There we go. Okay. is in your future. This one and this guy. Okay. And then last but not least, we'll be using the Rider-Waite Tarot for your feelings. What are your thoughts and what are your feelings for January? Aquarius, your thoughts and what are your feelings? What are your thoughts and your feelings? This one. Okay. And then we will pluck a card from the bottom of each of these decks for your advice. So this will be your advice pile. I'll set that off to the side along with your thoughts and your feelings pile because I can only fit so many on this table. So we'll start with your past, your present, and your future. So move those here. And sorry, I have to readjust. So for your most recent past, we have the Star, which is your card. That's your card. And then we have the Three of Cups, so celebration. And then we have this beautiful Four of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So now we'll go over your present. So the first card is the Magician, and it came out in reverse, but we will be flipping it. So the Magician. And then we have the Eight of Swords. And last but not least, we have the World in reverse, but we don't take reverse cards, so we'll just put it like that. Very interesting. We'll move these down. So then in your future, we have the Princess of Wands, which came up in reverse, but we don't take reverses. So then the Three of Wands. Last but not least, the King of Wands. Okay, I'm actually gonna switch these two cards. Because the interesting thing that we see with these two guys is an evolution. So we're evolving from a page or Princess of Wands to a King of Wands. So very fiery, intense, confident energy that's coming up. But first, let's look at your most recent past. So it appears that you've had some sort of hope or wish come true, maybe, which caused for a lot of celebration. And this might be because of like the holidays. Maybe you got a promotion. Maybe you just recently got into a relationship that just was beneficial for you. And now that the season of like celebrating and holidays is finally over, you are becoming more reserved in terms of going back to work and just letting life get back to normal is what I feel from your most recent past over here. And now that you're you've gotten what you wanted, you're trying to move on to the next thing that you want in your life. So you're trying to manifest with the Magician over here, but something is blocking it. And I feel it from this Eight of Swords, because the world is like everything that, well, the star represents like your hopes and your dreams. The world is kind of like completion. It represents coming to fullness, reaching the end of whatever journey it is, and then moving on to the next. But I have an energy here that you're trying to manifest something that is not manifesting because you have not reached the end of what you needed. You haven't reached the end goal. And so you have the Eight of Swords over here, which represents some kind of anxieties that are blocking you from really reaching that sense of fulfillment. And this Eight of Swords is really cute because it's got the sleepy little cat in the middle, which makes it different from the original Eight of Swords. The original Eight of Swords has a woman who is bound up, who could easily get out of her restraints and walk out of the Circle of Swords. But she chooses not to. She chooses to remain in her anxiety, remain in her comfort zone, because she's afraid of the things that could come from releasing herself. But the energy that I get from this card, just looking at it intuitively, especially because of the cat and the way it's laying, it's almost like a sense of laziness that you've developed from celebrating and finally getting the thing that you want. Or like, it's the energy is pooling from this like Four of Cups, this sense of boredom. You almost don't want to move forward in a way because you're bored now that you have what you wanted, in a sense. So it's very interesting. But then we see that in the near future, through addressing the Eight of Swords and coming to full completion, you have the Three of Wands, which represents excitement. The entire Wands category represents fire. It represents excitement. It represents movement, and kind of hope and moving forward within your life. And so the Three of Wands prepares you to go on a journey. So we're seeing a journey here where you're evolving from this Page of Wands to a King of Wands. You're really charging forward and moving towards the things that you want to accomplish. But until you address this stagnation, this reserved part of yourself that has developed over this past, you won't be able to become the King of Wands that you are. And yeah, you won't be able to really express yourself fully, is what I'm feeling. But yeah, so that's all I'm getting from these cards. So I'm going to clear the table and then make way for what you're feeling internally and what advice the universe is giving to you. So just give me 1 second. Okay, Aquarius, so I have your cards here. This is how you are feeling internally, or maybe these are like your subconscious thoughts, and I'm so sorry if you can hear that vacuum noise in the background. I live with other people, so I'm very sorry for the noise. Hopefully it's not picking up that bad, but let's have a look at your cards. So first you have the Six of Swords, which is in reverse, but we will flip it. Then you have the Two of Wands in reverse, but we will flip it. And then you have the Page of Swords in reverse, but we will flip it. And you're probably wondering why I'm saying in reverse if we're not taking it in reverse? Well, I know that other people out there like to do their own personal card readings, and sometimes they take reversals, and that's what's important for them and gives them insight. So I just want to like say that, so you know, you can take what really resonates with you. But you know, let's look at these cards. So yeah, internally you're feeling like you're moving away from what you're currently experiencing right now. It's not necessarily burdens. I wouldn't say you're moving away from burdens, but in the Six of Swords, they're crossing over the river to like have a better life. So you're leaving something behind to find something better. And maybe that's because of the energy of the star, or maybe it's that feeling of restlessness, like even though you have gotten what you wanted, and have already celebrated that, you are still not satisfied, and you are looking for something that is satisfying. So you're trying to plan out this journey ahead of you, especially for the start of the new year. And then you also have this Page of Swords, and this Page of Swords is learning how to cut things out that isn't serving them. So maybe that's what you're starting to figure out, is that you're spending too much of your energy doing one thing when you could be doing another thing, and so you're cutting out what does not serve you as a Page of Swords, even though you may be inexperienced doing it. So let's try to get some advice from the universe. So here's your advice pile. So the first advice card is the Chariot. So definitely charging forward and moving towards the things that you want. And then we have the Lovers, which, contrary to popular belief, represents making a choice. Not necessarily a romantic relationship, although it could be. And then we have the Chariot again, which is interesting. And last but not least, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, definitely that Ace of Swords, Archangel Michael, Sword of Truth energy, just cutting out all the bullshit away, like you're feeling internally. And what the cards are really advising you to do is to keep on doing that until you've mastered this art. And when I say mastered, it's because I see the crown that is crowning the sword, because when learning how to use the sword, that's where the phrase comes from, double-edged. So it could be good or it could be bad. So you're kind of like in the stage where you're figuring out what you should and should not cut out in your life. But regardless, the cards encourage you to keep moving forward, definitely, from the two Chariots over here. And the thing about the Chariot that is standing out the most to me is that there are two sides of the Chariot. He has two horses or two Sphinx in the original deck, but in this one he has two fish that are leading him forward, and in this one she has two wheels. And so what is so important about the Chariot and moving forward is maintaining control. So making sure one animal doesn't go the other way and the other one goes the other way. No, you're controlling it to make sure that they both go in the same direction, so you can speed ahead to where you want to go. And so you have to ultimately make that choice and plan out what your path is going to look like. So that is really what the cards are advising you, and through planning that, you'll be able to have that excitement again, and there won't be any boredom like there is in the recent past, or there is now, if that makes sense. So finding something that really excites you and just going for it and controlling what you choose to focus on. So in addition to these cards, we will finally have a look at the oracle cards, just to kind of sum up everything. So The first oracle card is praying mantis. Ooh, sorry for shaking the mic. So we have the praying mantis, and then we have Flannery O'Connor, which stands for humanity. And then for your crystal deck cards, we have fire, which is passionate creation, travel, and courage. So definitely a lot of fire here. There's a good mixture of fire and water, I would say. There's a lot of water that I feel, a lot of emotions coming up, surprisingly. There is air with the swords, but it's like you're learning to master air. You're learning to master your mind, and there's not actually a lot of earth, so a lot of groundedness. So maybe that's something that you need to like watch out for, is to just maintain like your feet on the ground while you're moving forward, even though things might be getting exciting and you just want to like jump right into it. And then you have air. So you have communication, imagination, independent, and witty. So a lot of fire and air energy, which, I mean, Aquarius, you are an air sign. Maybe you have a lot of air influenced in you besides your sign. You could have a lot of fire in your chart as well. So now let's have a look at what the praying mantis means and what Flannery O'Connor means in the Literary Witches Oracle Guidebook, to help close out our reading. So Flannery O'Connor stands for humanity, who we are, reckoning with failure and redemption. And then it says, Flannery O'Connor wrote cutting, hilarious, and secretly devoutly Catholic stories about the Deep South. Growing up in Georgia, O'Connor loved chickens and knit coats for her fowls. After graduating from Iowa Writers' Workshop and hitting her stride in fiction, she contracted lupus and moved back in with her mother. She populated their farm with more than 40 peacocks. So yeah, definitely the peacocks standing out from her story. With all the fire energy, and especially the King of Wands. The King of Wands is like a peacock. He likes having attention. Very fiery energy. So then, the praying mantis means wit, manipulation, and fun, which it seems like your entire reading is you making choices and finding out your fun, like how you can have fun, how you can have passion again, because there's been some stagnation. So yeah, I would really just focus on trying to figure out what it is you really want to do in order to move forward and find what's best for your own fulfillment in life. That's really what the reading and a general statement that I can best summarize ultimately says, and what the universe is advising you to do. And once you found that thing that you really enjoy, to just go at it, but don't forget to try to keep a level head on your shoulders as well. But yeah, that is it for your reading, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found something that resonated with you. Remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.